today, September 19th, is the National Catechetical Sunday in the United States of America, where we acknowledge and pay tribute and recognition of catechists who commit their lives to passing on the truth of our faith to generations, the story of the message of Jesus Christ, the good news of our salvation. The theme this year is matrimony, the sacrament of enduring love. My father was Presbyterian and went to First Presbyterian Church on 6th Street next to Gimbel's for over 51 years. He said, in raising 7 children, it was 2 faiths, but 1 love. And in the Presbyterian Church, he liked good preaching, good singing, and good fellowship every Sunday. My mother raised her 7 children Catholic. I'm the 6th of 7 children. And over 6.5 years ago, when I put my mother into the Little Sisters of the Poor on Benton Avenue on the north side, after going through many tests and examinations and questionnaires and interviewing process, one of the questions was, what are your 2 greatest accomplishments in life? And my mother said, raising her family of 7 children in the Catholic faith was her first priority. And secondly, for 27 years to teach religious education to 2nd graders to prepare them for First Holy Communion and the sacrament of reconciliation. I thought to myself, that summed up Mom's entire life. Her life was committed to the faith. Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen, a hero of mine, who lived from 1895 to 1979, said we must not just give our children their names, or food, or clothing, or shelter. Parents give their children their characters, their morals, their values, their habits, their faith. And what a great gift faith is. Mom would always come up the stairs and pray with her children every night. The 4 of us boys, we slept on bunk beds. She would always go to the girls' room to pray first. And then that gave us time to think of what we were going to pray for, or pretend we were asleep, so that we wouldn't have to pray. But Mom would still say the prayers, no matter how much she ironed, no matter how many meals she prepared, how many trips she went to the stores, no matter how much she washed. Every single night she climbed that steps to pray with us. She was never too tired, and she was always renewed in her spirit by praying with us. In the Pittsburgh Tribune today, it's nice to see how the different Steelers find prayer as a source of solace and peace. Well, Mom taught us the way that you pray is by the hand that God gave to us. The first is our thumb. The thumb we should pray for, which is closest to our heart, is to pray first for our family and for our friends and for our own needs. And she would have us call each one by name, each family member, and what was going on in their life, so that God would be with them and give them strength in His presence. The thumb was the first, nearest to the heart. The second finger is our pointing finger, our index finger. We should pray for those who point us towards the truth, whether at church or in business or in school, teachers and mentors and pastors and catechists who inspire us in our faith to live in the truth, Jesus says, trust is the foundation of any relationship. And if I can't trust you in small things, I can't give you greater things. I can't give you a greater office. If you're not accountable, responsible, transparent. So how important it is to live in the truth and to lead others into the truth by our life. And oftentimes, friends, we don't do that by our words, but by our examples. Because we learn by imitating, modeling for others the faith. The third finger is the tallest finger. And Mom told us that stands for all the leaders in the sphere of life, in authority. The Pope, the President. Paul in his letter to Timothy says, pray for everybody. Pray for those who are in high offices and positions. They have a heavy burden and a great responsibility. Today's first reading, Amos, an 8th century prophet, a prophet of justice, is ensconced in angry and enraged that the people who are watching over others and lording over others are tipping the scales in their own favor, giving them inferior products, cheating them, exploiting them, manipulating them, looking for their own self-serving, looking for themselves and their own self-interests. And Amos says, you rich are getting richer and you poor are getting poorer. Globally, friends, 70% of the world lives in poverty. The report came out this week in the United States of America, 12% of people. That's 44 million Americans live in poverty, of the 321,000 Americans in our country today. So our lives should enrich others, not make others poor. And those who have positions should be responsible in their attitude and in their actions towards others. And don't just pad their own wallet or look out for their own self-interests. The fourth finger is the weakest finger. Every pianist knows that. It stands for those who are in trouble or pain or sick or injured or wounded or hurt by life. The weak people. The people who don't have MasterCard, the people who don't have knowledge, the people who don't have other people looking out